Welcome, everybody. Which camera do you have on me? Welcome, everybody. This is Travis with Corner6 Labs, and this is the T&D show today, coming live at you from Dallas, Texas. So welcome to the show. This is odd not looking at this way, but anyway, I want to welcome my guests today. They are from Foodles. Foodles, right? Foodles. We have Stacey Wetzel and Andy.
DeShong.
There, he said it for you. I don't want to butcher your name, so we're gonna talk to them about their business and their marketing and what it is they do, and how it relates to the industry that we're in. Oh, we're on over here now. What up? I'm over here. Now you see me, now you don't see me. Now you see me, now you don't see me. I thought you guys could use some comic relief today, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. Oh, and we have the peanut gallery behind us throwing out comments, so that's awesome. So I don't want to take up too much more time, but I am Travis with Corner6 Labs, and my company does online marketing, technology-based marketing. So if you need anything from website design, social media, email marketing campaigns, and whatnot, we are the company that you come to, and we will help you be successful. So without further ado, I want to introduce Andy and Stacey. So say hi to the audience.
Hello, audience.
Did you guys find your cameras yet? So
yeah,
you don't have to.
I'm trying not to look.
Stare at me. Okay.
I'm hidden, so that's good.
He's hidden. Well, you can move the boom if you need to, if you want to.
Don't move the boom,
Okay.
Never mind.
I'm
I was thinking about
scared,
something you said earlier, and in case he goes into his fit, I don't want him to bang his head and fall.
Keep me safe.
Yeah. So guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming in today. We really appreciate it. I'm glad this wasn't yesterday, or we may have been flooded out.
Right.
In case y'all didn't know, we had tornadoes and floods, and it was crazy. We have one day of rain, and who knew? You needed to build an ark. But anyway, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourselves. Tell me more about Foodles.
You want?
Who
Go ahead.
wants to start?
We always do this. I'm like, I look at him, he looks at me, go. Foodles is a marketing firm for restaurants that focuses on bringing great food deals to consumers. We do that via our website that has all different kinds of ways to funnel traffic and communicate with people. And then we use mobile messaging, Facebook, Twitter, to alert people of short-time, really awesome deals. So we have a marketing aspect and we have an advertising aspect for the restaurants, so they get full exposure.
Great. And how long have you guys been doing this?
I started Foodles in February, and Andy started Dine Out Cheap in last September.
Last September. It's a year.
Your birthday.
It is. It's this weekend. In fact, it's a year old.
Well, happy birthday.
So about 3 or 4 months ago, we came together as one company. Realizing that we were better off together than we were apart.
Aww.
Yes. Andy was doing essentially everything except the one little piece that I was doing. And Andy has like a gob of technical experience and all the connections that we need to build anything that we want. And I'm the restaurant end. I've been in food service since I was a kid. So that's my part.
So the food service industry is what you've been in. Mm-hmm. So how did you come up with your concept to do this? You noticed there was a need for it, or you were just sitting at home one day and said, "Huh, this is what I'm going to do."
I was sitting in a car driving to Illinois by myself. That's a lot of time to think. So, yeah, I thought of the idea on the way there. I called my web guy and said, "Hey, build a site for me to do this." And by the time I got home, I had a site. But that was a couple years ago, and we just weren't ready.
Maybe you should give Kathy your web guy, because that's a quick site.
Yeah, well, and it just wasn't time yet. So then around November of last year, I went, oh my gosh, it's time to do it, and I took off with it. So.
Well, very good. So you guys, what I liked about it was the text messaging, obviously, that you have to opt into, I'm assuming, if you want to get the alerts.
Absolutely. And if we want to stay out of jail, you have to opt in.
Right. So if I opt in and I'm getting text messages, how does that work? Do I sign up for a particular restaurant, or is it limited to like a certain area? Like when I'm just driving down the road, all of a sudden I'm going to get pinged with everybody who you're working with, or exactly? Tell me how it works. tell us how it works so we know.
Well, it's essentially you go to the website, you sign up. That's foodles.com, and it's FOODELZ. And you opt in, and you tell us how you want to receive your deals. Either you want to have an email sent daily, you want one monthly, or you want to get a text message or our iPhone app, which you can download, and we send messages to that as well. So the pushes are short-time deals, and we give them to you within your area. So you opt into a certain area.
Okay, and what are the areas you have right now that are you all over the Metroplex?
Well, we're rapidly achieving that. We're heavily in Frisco, and we've been working on our merger for quite some time. Couple months. I make it sound like, well, in technical terms, that's like, oh my gosh, so long. So we're finally to the point where we're beginning our expansion with our users in our restaurants again, with a big concentration in Frisco, big concentration in Allen, and then springing out from there. I've signed a couple restaurants in Dallas this week. So.
One of the things Stacey mentioned was the iPhone app, and that piece of functionality that you were just kind of referencing of when I drive into a certain area, can I be alerted? Our latest release of the iPhone app that just went out last week, that type of capability is in there. So if you drive into a certain area and we have a restaurant in that area, it will automatically pop up and say, hey, go to XYZ, or there's a deal at this restaurant.
Okay, so when I opt in, I basically opt into everything and not like one particular restaurant, or do I have options to do that?
You're opting into everything.
Okay. So tell me, I guess if you don't want to give away too much of it, what are some of the restaurants that I can look forward to getting texts from?
Well, we hope all of them very soon, and actually it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer for restaurants. It's a no-brainer for people who like to dine out and not spend as much money. They want the deals. They want to be kind of in a cool club. They want to know what's happening and where it's happening, because we are free to users, and we're actually free to restaurants as well in this market, because we're building this system to take it beyond this market very quickly. So hence we want to learn as much as we can, and we don't want to give anybody a reason to say no to working with us. So hopefully very soon you're going to see a huge variety of restaurants that are going to be sending you some messages.
Okay, so if I'm a restaurant and I want to get involved in this, do I have options as to how many texts that I put out? Is it weekly, once a month? Can I do as many as I want, once a day, or do I do it every other week? Or
imagine you're opted in with me
Okay.
as a user. You don't want to have 20 messages every day. You've invited us into your personal space of your cell phone. So if we send you something, it's going to be something good. So in saying that, we're limiting restaurants to 2 messages a month for the pushes, and we're telling them, this is your marketing. This is how you get people in your door. We get them there, impress them, and then they become your loyal customer. So basically, they make our users their loyal customers. And they get 2 of those a month. Meanwhile, we're giving them constant exposure with the website, and with little things we can do like featured deals and deal of the day and featured restaurant. So we have different ways of promoting them on an ongoing basis. But for the pushes, for the deals that are going out to people's phones, it's going to be something good, because restaurants are only getting 2 a month.
So if I was a restaurant and I had something, say, like a dinner party once a month where I featured a 4-course meal and paired 4 different wines with it, this would be something that I would want to take advantage of, and so I can get that one text to those people. And now, would I want to do that the day of, a couple days before, a week before? What's the time frame you recommend on if you're going to do like a big once-a-month event like that?
People are pretty much short attention spans, so essentially you want to get them, if it's a dinner, you want to give them a little bit of time to plan. If it's a lunch, honestly, I recommend, if it's a lunch deal, send it that morning, because when, around 10:30, I'm starting to get hungry, wondering where I'm going to eat. If I get a cool message on my phone, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go there. I love that place, or I've never been there. I'm going there because I got a deal. So it depends on what it is, but general rule, people are short attention span later. So.
That's like me. I have a very short attention span. So one question that is just rolling through my head right now is coming from a perspective of a potential restaurant too, would be, right next door to me is my main competitor, Bob, and you got him and I both on this program. He sees what I'm sending out. I see what he's sending out, and now it's like so every guest message we keep tweaking it to be either a lower price point or, how do you talk to your restaurants to say, well, you don't necessarily want to compete that way? Is that how it is, or do you just say, yeah, just whatever, we're gonna go back and forth?
No, we manage those some to help them. We advise them on how to do, and honestly, if it's Bob's Pizza and Pasta and it's Travis's Pizza and Pasta, you might be competing. But if he's doing a different cuisine than you are, you're really not competing. You're competing with the restaurants that are 5 miles down the road. You want to keep them in your neighborhood because the people that go to Bob's may not know about Travis's, and vice versa. So you're really not competing with him. He's more of a cooperative competitor. So you can even work together. So let's say that Bob does pizza and you do cheesecake. So send one to go to Bob's Pizza, and with a receipt, you get a deal on cheesecake. So there's all kinds of creative ways that this can be done together. But, in this market, your only competition are the people that are eating at home or the restaurants that are a little ways down the road.
Okay, well that makes perfect sense. So you've sold me now. So now I
you need
go out
just
there.
to open a restaurant,
right?
Go open a restaurant tomorrow, would you?
Well, actually, we have several clients that are restaurants that we work with. We put together social media advertising packages, which you guys are familiar with, obviously, because you're in the Twitter space and the Facebook space, and I'm sure you know what the Yelp is and Urban Spoon and all the apps and stuff that people can do to find different places. So. But this is an interesting take on it because you can use it in conjunction with some of that stuff.
Yes, and Andy's head geek, so he can speak of all that.
Well, I mean, the Facebook, it's a great way for us to get deals out to our consumers. We have our fans. We have 15,000, 14,000, 15,000 fans. And with some of the newer technology that they've allowed us to, send those messages just to certain cities, certain locations, we can even tweak it further so we're not blasting a message out for Travis's place in Pittsburgh.
Right.
We can only do it for we can do it for Frisco or for Dallas or for whatever. So we find Facebook and Twitter to be a very effective additional way to get information out to our members. We view that just as effective as an email or not as effective as a text, but close to it.
Now, do you guys find yourself monitoring your Twitter feeds for certain hashtags and whatnot to see if people, what like the restaurant hashtag or lunch? Because here's what I find is when I'm hungry, and because I'm a Twitterholic,
right?
And and I've helped Kathy out and some other people with the show, but when I'm hungry, all I have to do is put, man, what should I have for lunch? And I'll have no less than 5 or 6 restaurants tweet me back, with, well, we have a special on this, and this is our special for today, and come here. And I'm like, so.
From a Twitter perspective, we're probably not as good, and we could probably use some of your help.
Okay.
In terms of the best way to use Twitter, we've concentrated more on the Facebook space, but really, if you think about what you just described, that's up Twitter's alley much more than it is Facebook. With that instantaneous, as you said, I'm hungry for lunch, and bam, you get inundated with a number of recommendations. So we might.
Well, there's
yeah,
please do, because food is something I'm not scared of, and
I'm a big fan myself.
Yeah, so some of the guys I run with, we started the DFW Burger Club, and our goal is to go, since we're all these social media geeks. What we do is we've been going to different burger joints and basically writing a blog,
writing it up,
writing a review, our own little review of it.
Yeah.
And so we basically try to find everybody. And it's mostly done through Twitter. We started a Facebook fan page here for Dallas too, but through Twitter we basically give shout outs to that place that we're all coming. And since there's like 15 of us, you got 15 different people mentioning, the at mentions and that we've actually been. When they ask us, are you guys all still coming in? And we're like, yeah, we're coming in. They're like, great. And then they say, they DM us because they follow us right back. They're DMing us with private codes. Mention this to the cashier and you get a free soda, or mention this and we'll give you free fries.
I mean,
just for you. And it's like, nobody else knows some of those deals.
What you just described is what we're trying to do. I mean, you've got a little microcosm of it with your own friends, but what we're trying to do as a bigger company is exactly that. You mentioned this private code and we will put 20, 30, 40, 50, et cetera, people in your restaurant. So that's a great way to use, and a very ingenious too.
Yeah.